Alright folks, so just got back from car wash. I just took my Durango, cleaned it up, washed it. One day I gotta paint that front clip on it. But anyway, I figured while I'm up there, I want to clean up that cylinder head for my C10 here. Trying to get that done, and I also want to go ahead and clean up these fenders and inner fender and get this knocked out. So they're not perfect, but I want to, get all the grease and grime and, 70 some years worth of dirt off of them. And I took some oven cleaner and just soaked everything down. And it's not gonna matter anyway because we're planning on painting everything, so if it eats the paint it doesn't really matter. But I went through here and went up there, and they got a nice kind of like pressure washer. I just went at it with this thing because I want to get everything cleaned up really nice and see what I truly got. No out of focus, I apologize, but I want to see what was what with it. And it cleaned up pretty good, so it's not as bad as what I thought. I mean, we still got rot, I know that, and got rot up there. But my main goal was just to, knock all the cobwebs and everything off of it, all the spider webs and everything, and just kind of clean it up, see what we got. The inner fender, I was kind of surprised. It cleaned up pretty good too. So it's not perfect, but I'll set this fender down here. It's not perfect, but it cleaned up fairly decent. I know it's in the shade a little bit. Again, I am a shade tree guy. Worked on the stuff in the shade here, but it cleaned up fairly decent. I mean, it's not perfect, but now I kind of see what's what with it, and I think it's going to clean up really nice. I think we'll make that corner, fix that, do a couple repairs down here on the fender here, and fix that front up there, and I think we'll be pretty good. And I think we can take and just knock that dent out. That'll get rid of all that filler right there. Won't have to worry about that. And the good part too is I cleaned it all up, so we washed all the ants and everything off of it too. But this inner fender cleaned up fairly decent, so I was able to knock all the dirt and everything off of it there. And I mean, the stuff's not perfect, I know. I'm not trying to restore the car, but I want to do it right and take care of these issues. But cleaned it up pretty good, so this inner fender is going to be pretty nice. So I know it might be a little pitted when we paint it, but you won't see most of that. And if I was going to go all out on it, I would fix all the pits, and everything. But I'm just hoping the top of this fender, I hope it'll clean up, because it's got some pits in it. So I mean, they're not horribly deep, but the fender's solid, if that makes sense, but it does have some pits, so hopefully it'll clean up. But again, we're not restoring it. I just want to clean this stuff up, take time and do this stuff. I know this ain't, the 100% right way, but I want it to take time, do it right. And I knocked about most of that undercoating off of it. Still got a couple patches in it, but I want to get all that off there. And that stuff flaked off like crazy, so look at that, it's still flaking off. So that's good. That's good. So, if I had a little more time, I would have took a scraper and scraped all that off and hit it again, wash it up again, get all that trash and everything off of it. But I want to take time, clean this thing up, and see what we're really truly dealing with here. And I am going to undercoat. We're going to undercoat this whole side of this inner fender. So up underneath the car there on that Biscayne, up underneath there, we're going to undercoat everything, and we'll do that last, of course. But I want to fix that there, get the rest of that undercoating off, and then we'll clean this thing up real good and undercoat the whole thing all up underneath here real good. And maybe just missed a little bit right in here. Don't want to go too crazy because I don't want to plug all the fender bolt holes up. I just spent all the time getting all that rotten hardware off of. So, and this is actually factory undercoating here, so that, a lot of stuff, it'll just peel right off. So we'll get all that off, and that'll be nice. Once I get that undercoat, I'm going to undercoat that. And I'm thinking I'm going to undercoat the other side of this fender as well. Yeah, I think I will go ahead and just undercoat the whole up inside the center fender too, especially in this area right in here, just to preserve it. And that should protect it. We'll of course fix our door of rust repairs first, and then we'll clean everything up, and I'm going to shoot some undercoating on it. You won't see any of it anyway, and we'll probably tape it off like and probably hit it all the way up to about right here, and then this edge over, we'll probably tape it off because I don't want to get nothing on the edge because I want to paint that. But just want to kind of take my time, do this stuff. I know it's not 100% the proper way, but you know, I want to preserve this stuff. Stuff is rare, and you know, I just want to do it the right way. You know, do the best I could possibly do, shade tree wise. But that's what my plan there, so I think we'll be pretty good. So not a whole lot to show, but I did go ahead and get all this done. I cleaned up the 305 cylinder head and got that degreased pretty good, so I think we're ready to go ahead and assemble that thing, get that thing on that C10 there. And I got to chase all the threads out in the block on the passenger side, get all that cleaned up, and we got to get this stuff done. I know I always joke about, you know, I'm like, chop, chop, get her done, but it's kind of me telling my own self, you know, I got to get this stuff done. We got to get it knocked out. We got to get the truck back on the road. And, you know, like I always say, I'm not doing that for fun just to have an old truck on the road. I'm actually doing it in reality. So I got a second vehicle to get back and forth to work. So that's kind of the other reason too. And I want to be able to haul stuff, and it's just time to get back on the road, and we got to put a fender on it. But this is about the Biscayne, you know, I'm trying to keep this video all about that. And I will say one little thing too real quick. Got some bad news about the Durango. We're going to have to, here soon, we're going to have to get some rear drums and some brake shoes for it. So yeah, yep. And them brake shoes have been on there for maybe not quite 2 years, but a little while. And let's see, maybe a year and a half, something like that. And they're already, you know, I can hear them. So I ruined another set, so I'm pretty good at ruining drums. So I heard it a little bit. It might be okay, but I kind of doubt I can hear it. So you hear it go. So that's, I know what that is. It's probably got a heck of a groove in it. So them brake shoes just don't last. And I ain't hard on stuff, you know, just normal driving, but it's always something. So I got to get brake shoes for my Durango, probably get new drums for it, and I'll probably end up checking the front brake pads as well. You know, you can't just do the back and not do the front, so we'll check that too. They look pretty good. I did shine a flashlight on them. I don't see nothing grooves on them or anything, but yep, be doing that next too. So we got to keep our main vehicle going so we can keep this stuff going. So anyway, that's the next project. So not a whole lot to show, and like I said, we'll keep this about this, and won't be long now. I think we're ready now. Got everything cleaned up as far as, you know, getting all the dirt and everything, all that stuff off of it. So I think we're ready to take it and start doing our rust repairs on it. And again, it ain't going to be perfect. I'm sure you can buy patch panels for it, but I think I'm just going to make it. That shouldn't be that bad to make that, and then probably make this down here. And I think we'll call it good. So should be it for that. Kind of crazy here. We're doing two projects at the same time, working on Biscayne and doing Plymouth stuff too. Hey, one day we gotta get back on that. At least now we got the front clip off, so that's the hard part. Is, well, we're a third of the way done. 1/3 of it, the first 1/3 of it is getting it off. Second third is getting everything apart without messing everything up. And the last part of it is cleaning everything up and fixing all the rust repairs. So, yep, gotta go in there and do that. I should have took that radiator support up there. I could have washed that up too. Because I want it to get all up inside. The main thing is I want it to, well, can't really got no access holes on it, but oh well. But I wanted to wash all the dirt and everything at that lower bottom part of the radiator support, because I know it's a bunch of dirt probably in there. But it's alright, we don't have any access holes. But I was trying to get all that out of there because I don't want it to rot back out, so that's alright. But this is next, so kind of dreading that. So well, I ain't really dreading it, it's just definitely time consuming. I mean, I probably got about, I'd say all together so far, between just getting that driver's side fender and the inner fender off and getting it cleaned up and everything. I ain't even did the prep work yet. I ain't even took it down to bare metal. I probably got about 7 hours. And this side, 7 hours. That just, you know, it takes it, and that's not goofing around or anything. I mean, that's sit there, you know, hour by hour right there at it. And I mean, I didn't even really hardly take no breaks. That was it. Maybe one break and that was it. But and I'm trying to get this stuff knocked out, so hopefully we'll get on this next. And probably ain't gonna mess with this too much more. But well, I will, but probably not today. But I gotta get back on the stick, and we gotta get the C10 back on the road. So then we'll come back to this, because this kind of take time on. But anyway, so that's what we got. So I got to get this apart, and I'm gonna take this core support, take it up, get it all cleaned up, and then I think we'll be ready to go. So hopefully it ain't gonna be too much longer. But I gotta take the trim. I gotta find this trim too. I cannot find this trim. I got the trim for the upper part of the hood right here, but I don't have the trim for the lower part. So I gotta figure out something about that. So I found them when I first bought the car, but I didn't get them because they were too pricey. But now I kind of kick myself because that's the only thing I'm missing now for this thing, and I want this car to be complete. So the 2 pieces of trim and that trim on that door is literally the only trim I'm missing. I have everything else. Made a lot of videos about that, but I have to get a windshield, dread that. But all right, I don't want to keep this video dragging out too much. Just want to keep an update on it, keep this stuff posted, and keep y'all up to date on it. So we gotta trying to bring this thing back from the dead, and I know I'm probably overkilling this a lot, but I like to take the time and do this stuff the right way. I mean, you can't go down the road and throw headlights in it, and you can't drive a car like that. I mean, it's got to be addressed. It's got to be addressed. It's got to be fixed. So I gotta get that wiring off too. So anyway, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank y'all for watching the videos. I really appreciate all the feedback, and gotta get back to it. So I know, like I always say, when I say chop, chop, get her done, I'm kind of talking to my own self. That makes sense. That, you know, I got to get on the stick. We got to get this stuff done. So anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see y'all later. Bye.